Hi, everyone. Hopefully the sound is a little better on this one than the last one. Oops. Welcome to Slow Burn. I'm so excited to have you here. And I wanted to talk a little bit before we go any further about setting intentions. Part of the reason that we wanted to add this prep week in is that we found out the hard way last time when we had that sliding start, that those who chose to slide or thought they would be able to start when they made the purchase and then were not, they just never got the sense of community that everyone else did. It was a really different experience and not quite as good in their estimation. So we just said, hey, we can make the start slide by doing this. And we've done it. So want to remind you that it's 2021. It's been a wild year. We've got a wild year ahead. And by wild, I mean, my life used to revolve around spring and fall marathon season. And now it does not. And with that in mind, I have to ask myself, what is it that I want to get out of this? But a more important question, and it's one you've heard before if you've been with me for a while, what am I not willing to give up? So if you could take out a piece of paper and write down whatever it is that you're not willing to give up in pursuit of this, that is going to be critical too. Here's what I mean. I've said before that there is no amount of fast that will be worth what you put into it. And I mean that because the fitter you get, the faster you get, the more intense your training plan is, then the less control you have over your life because you have to follow the training plan. I've told the story before of someone I knew who she was a world champion Ironman, a Kona winner, and she would go on 4 or 5 hour bike rides on Christmas morning. Like, it did not matter what the day was, the workout had to be done. Nothing superseded the training plan. We are not global winners. We do not rely on those winners. We're a different kind of winners. We don't rely on our race winnings or earnings to pay for health insurance, put food on the table. So we need a different sort of balance. We can pursue better. We can pursue whatever it is we want, but if it comes at the expense of something else that we love, then that gain is not going to be worth what you paid for it. So when I think about what I don't want to give up, this is the first year I've ever been able to say this. Up until now, I ran first thing every morning. My husband was traveling, and I had a very short window of time where I had a sitter and I could get that run done and not have a child puttering around the house. And I went and did that. And I got my butt out of bed, and I will probably not be going back to that anytime soon. Here's why. Since the pandemic started, first thing in the morning, I get in a cuddle puddle. HRH, the baby Violet, wakes up, comes upstairs, says, "Get up, mommy," and makes me follow her downstairs because her place to sit is either in my lap or my husband's lap, and she has decided that my husband gets to sleep. So she will plop herself in my lap and put her little head up under my chin, and then Shiloh will get jealous and sit on one side. Then RJ gets jealous and wants on the other side, and then Cheyenne, the last one to wake up, will be the most jealous of all and come lay and put her head on Violet's belly. And that is where my husband will find me when he inevitably comes downstairs to bring me a cup of coffee. And we don't move out of that spot, out of that position from 6:30 in the morning until almost 9 when it's time for their morning meeting to start. I've never had this before, and I love it. So anything I do better not come at the expense of my cuddle puddle. It's not going to be worth it. So this program is going to be long and fun. It's going to be a really great, intense time together. But rather than only thinking about what you want to get, I would feel a lot more comfortable if you reminded yourself of what you didn't want to give up before we went there. Because in a time when a lot of us are working from home, parenting from home, and teaching from home, something's got to give. And that thing that's going to give, okay, so it's not the early morning cuddle puddle, but unfortunately, sometimes it might be the evening snuggle. Because you can only, there for a while, I was snuggling 6 hours a day, and that's part of the reason why I'm out of shape. And I know it, and I put on weight, and I know that too. And I care less about the weight gain. I care more about the fact that I have lost so much strength from all the cuddling that it's been really hard, humbling, and embarrassing to try to demonstrate the strength without huffing and puffing for the past couple months in fitness protection. And I hate that. It sucks. So what I'm hoping for, my intention here, is to get as strong as I possibly can over the next 12 weeks so that when I do the strength demos in April and May, it doesn't hurt my body, my booty, or my feelings. That's it. I'm probably not going to be doing the Balat intervals because I'm not going to be racing this year. Even if I have the opportunity, I'm not going to take it. I'm not in shape. I know what it's like to run races not I know that I'm not where, even at the end of this year, I won't be where I would want to be in order to race. And I'm okay with that. So for now, it's like, well, I would like to get back to that baseline that makes me feel good. And that's all. That's very simple. That's not going to come from the Pilates intervals. If you want to do those, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not saying do as I do. I'm saying this is the intention that I have set. I'm going to try to run as much as I can, but I am going to do all of the strength on the plan. I'm going to do as much running as I possibly can. But honestly, I'm so unfit that when I get out there, sometimes I just go and I don't pay attention to anything. And my heart rate's a little too high and I'll have to try to slow it down. And I'm going a little too fast, but I don't have a good sense, just like I did after when I was coming back after pregnancy. I don't have a good sense of pace, cadence at my and time at my current fitness level, which is something else I hope to correct over the course of this program, but not at the expense of the morning cuddle puddle. So that's it. That's how I set my intentions. I can't wait to hear about yours. Tell me in the comments. What do you hope to get?